Hey guys, this is the Stupendous Wave here with a video today, and in this one we're doing the dino battle between the Suchomimus and the Tyrannosaurus Rex. So I am using the Suchomimus from reality, the real life Suchomimus, not the one from the Jurassic World movie, because really all we have to go off of from the Jurassic World movie is the scale image as of right now. We do know that the Suchomimus in the scale image is a lot taller and longer than the real Suchomimus would be. In fact, it's a lot more comparable to the T-Rex, but at the same time it puts the T-Rex at bigger than the Spinosaurus, bigger than the Apatosaurus. So the scale is very inaccurate to real life, so I'm going to be using the Suchomimus that actually existed, that was actually around. So now that I've said that, let's go ahead and talk about the Suchomimus. So the Suchomimus was 36 to 39 feet long. It was anywhere from 9 to 12 feet tall. It was around during the early Cretaceous period. Suchomimus actually means crocodile mimic, probably because it primarily hunted in the water and hunted fish, and it had that long snout, similar to a crocodile. It weighed anywhere from 2.6 tons to 5.2 tons. As I said earlier, the Jurassic World Suchomimus looks to be much larger than the real life one. It comes from the same family as the Spinosaurus and Baryonyx, except it is a lot smaller than the Spinosaurus and larger than the Baryonyx, and there is no sail. The sail is absent, unlike the Spinosaurus. The Suchomimus was discovered in 1998. As I said, it is smaller than the Spinosaurus and larger than the Baryonyx. It is unknown whether or not the fossil evidence that we actually have is a fully grown adult Suchomimus or not, because it really was discovered fairly recently in 1998, as I said earlier, so not very long at all. The Suchomimus was a bipedal animal, although it is debated whether or not it could walk on all fours. It had fully functioning arms located beneath the chest area. It most likely spent the majority of its time hunting in the water. This is not to say that it couldn't get on land and hunt larger prey items, but this is just saying that it most likely spent the majority of its hunting time actually in the water searching for fish. It probably stayed towards swampy areas and towards watery areas. It probably didn't venture very far from that, although it's still debated whether or not it did. But this is not to say that it did not leave to go hunt larger prey items. The Suchomimus most likely fed on fish, as I said earlier, or the majority fed on fish, similar to the Spinosaurus and the Baryonyx. This is known because of its large snout. It makes it perfect for hunting fish. So now that we've set up the Suchomimus, let's go ahead and talk about some of the advantages that the Suchomimus has. One, it's a large animal. It's not as large as the T-Rex, but it's still a very, very large animal. So it's not going to be completely manhandled by the T-Rex if they got in a fight. It also has, like I said, fully functioning arms, and the long snout gives it distance biting, which means that it can stay still a fair distance away from its prey item or opponent or like challenger and be able to snap at it first. Some of the disadvantages it has is the arms are actually located directly beneath the chest, which makes it difficult for it to swipe at animals larger than it, and if it did get close enough to swipe at an animal larger than it, it is probably close enough to where the animal would be able to get a really good shot in. So yes, that's kind of what I have for the Suchomimus, a very, very large animal, a very dangerous animal. So now that we've analyzed the Suchomimus, let's go ahead and talk about the Tyrannosaurus Rex. So the Tyrannosaurus Rex was around 40 feet long, 15 to 20 feet tall. It was around during the late Cretaceous period. It weighed anywhere from 5 to 7 tons. Now, already reading this, in almost every category, the Tyrannosaurus Rex outweighs the Suchomimus. Like I said, it is 40 feet long, and the Suchomimus is 36 to 39 feet long, so in that category, they're pretty comparable. The Tyrannosaurus Rex, as I said, was 15 to 20 feet tall, and the Suchomimus is only 9 to 12 feet tall, so it's really a taller animal, and like I said, the claws might not come into that big of play because it would have to get really close to it. The Suchomimus was 2.6 to 5.2 tons, and the Tyrannosaurus Rex is 5 tons to 7 tons. So really, a large Suchomimus is about comparable to a smaller T-Rex. The name Tyrannosaurus Rex means tyrant king. A big disadvantage that the T-Rex has is its small arms that were almost useless during combat. It was a bipedal animal. It had incredibly large and powerful jaws. The jaws might even be able to bite through rock, and it probably had one of the most powerful bite forces as any animal in the has ever had in the animal kingdom. That's not to say that it has the strongest bite force of any of them, just that it had one of the strongest bite forces. It was also one of the largest animals that walked the earth. Again, not the largest, but one of the largest to ever walk the earth. It had incredible hearing, incredible eyesight, although the eyesight in Jurassic Park says that it cannot see anything unless it moves, so we're going to be using that to kind of give the Suchomimus a little bit of an edge. It also had incredible hearing and smell, although in Jurassic Park the smell might have been distorted by the rain. It's still debated whether or not the T-Rex could have smelled Alan Grant and Lex. So now that we've set up both of these glorious combatants, both of these very large predatory animals, both very alpha animals, let's go ahead and talk about the winner. So as a result, I think that the T-Rex would win this battle. It's just a larger animal. It has more meat on its bones. It has a lot of muscle mass. As I said, it weighs a whole lot, being majority probably just one big muscle. It is an incredibly large animal. It has a greater bite force. It outweighs the Suchomimus in almost every way. The Suchomimus also would not be able to use its front claws because, as I stated earlier, it would have a very hard time getting close to the T-Rex. Now, when I say this, I do think that in certain environments, certain animals would have more of a advantage over others. Like I said, if the T-Rex ventured into a more swampy area or into an area with water, the Suchomimus would be able to move a lot quicker in the water, which would give it an advantage. But in an open field, the T-Rex would have the advantage just because of how large it is and how muscly it is and how fast it is. Not to say the Suchomimus isn't fast, just to say that in certain environments, certain animals' traits would come out. The Suchomimus would be able to move a lot quicker in the water. It is unknown whether T-Rex could actually swim or not. So if the T-Rex if it fell into water or anything, the Suchomimus would probably have its way with the T-Rex. But if they met in an open field, the T-Rex could attack it. But I think most of the time, the majority of the time, the T-Rex would win definitely. Being the larger animal, if they ever met on land or anything like that, where the T-Rex wasn't slowed down, or even if they met in shallow water, I definitely give the T-Rex the win here. Like I said, smaller arms located under the chest. The Suchomimus would have to get extremely close to the T-Rex in order to use these arms to swipe at the T-Rex, which would give the T-Rex a big advantage. One advantage that the Suchomimus does have is that it can keep a little distance from its actual body and its actual vital spots on the body and be able to snap at the T-Rex. But other than that, the T-Rex is just the larger animal, the larger bite force. It's just one giant muscle and one very large and dangerous dinosaur. So really this battle came down to size, and the larger combatant won, and that is the Tyrannosaurus Rex. So anyway, leave your guys' thoughts in the comments down below. Who do you guys think would win in the fight? Give me reasons. Are there any reasons I missed? Give me evidence to back up your theories on who you guys think would win. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and have a great day.